Hello, I'm Maya. I'm trans. I have a notebook right here, so pardon me if I look down, but I just want to go over my story and how I grew up and how I became who I am. It started when I was about 8, and I kind of expressed that I felt like a fairy trapped in a cage. And before then, I would always wear like a towel over my head and carry around a soccer Kleenex, pretending it was long hair and whatnot. Around the age of 10, I was diagnosed with gender dysphoria, and at this point, I was living with my grandparents and moved back in with my mother when I was around 11, 12. So there was a lot. There's a lot of stuff when I was 12. My mother worked second shift. We never really saw each other, and it got to the point where I kept threatening suicide, and the police had to intervene until my mother to transition me. And the name I was given wasn't a name I really enjoyed. It was either McKenna or Amari. There was already McKenna. I'm getting on hormone suppressants. We had to actually threaten the state insurance with my suicide and saying if I was to kill myself, who was at fault? Because at that point, I'm technically a mentally ill child, and if I was to kill myself for not being on hormone suppressants, whose fault is it? It'd be the people not helping the child. And then I started 8th grade. I went back to living with my grandparents because they were able to care for me in a way my mother couldn't. 8th grade was rough. I had a lot of meetings with board directors and principals, and they all told me I wasn't allowed to come out at all. If I did, they would have transferred me out. And it was sworn to secrecy. I wasn't allowed to tell anyone, and with me being very open about who I am, it tore me apart. It wasn't a good time. I felt like I was lying to everyone, and I just wasn't being me. I wasn't truly being me. I couldn't talk about the last, at that point, 12 years of my life. I could only talk about the last 6 months. And it just tore me up. And it got to the point where when I was in high school, it completely detransitioned. And during an assembly, I stood up and said, I am Michael. This is who I am. I'm not going to be something I'm not. Because I was really comfortable with the fact that I was born male, and that's just me. That's just who I am. And it started this whole thing of confusion where I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what I was because I was always told, you can't feel comfortable like this. You can't. And it started in my trap phase because I just wasn't comfortable looking male, but I was comfortable being Michael. I was comfortable being my younger sibling's older brother, and I felt like I was just a trap. And that's not. I regret a lot of the stuff I did and posted, and I just felt so bad about myself that I sought otherwhere for attention, and I really shouldn't have. I really regret it, and I wish I could do things over, but that's part of my past. That's me. I can't take that away from me. Just like the young 10-year-old me who went to Utah and wore a jacket because I didn't want to show my arms. That's still me. Things were very, very confusing for a really long time, and I've grown and developed. I'm 19. I turned 20 this year, and after all these 10 years, I think I'm finally in a spot that I'm happy with. And I know the next 5 years I'll continue to grow. I'll continue to blossom into who I want to be. But that's just my story and how I became who I am. And thank you all for listening, and see ya.